Who is the best friend you've ever had? The one who listened to what you said and what you didn't say. The one who could make you laugh with a simple look. The one you trusted to tell you the truth, even when you didn't want to hear it, and trusted to have your back, even when you'd done something wrong. I hope for you that you have had such a friend, and that if you haven't, you will have such a friend. I hope you have enough such friends that it's hard to figure out who's the best one. But whether you have had such friendships throughout your life that have lasted your whole life long, or one and it was short-lived, or just one that you read about rather than experienced directly, I invite you to remember and consider how it felt. Keb Mo's song, One Friend, has the refrain, "All I need is one friend to get me through the day. One friend that never goes away. Only one friend to understand and never let me down." The whole world is a better place with a friend, and it's a whole lot less lonely. One friend makes a huge difference. One of the universal human needs is shared reality. And when I think of friendship, I often think of it centering around shared reality and affection and humor. There's intimacy to friendship, a joy in being known and seen, and in seeing and knowing another. Friendships make life meaningful and fun. Friendships make space for authenticity, imperfection, emotions, spontaneity, and general quirkiness. I support quirkiness. They let us be who we are, and they help us let go of who we're supposed to be. The primary Christian metaphor for God is God the Father. When we're being expansive, that becomes God the parent, or occasionally God as mother. But the primary metaphor is a top-down one, a God who sets the rules and sits in judgment, who knows better than we do. In their essence, a lot of the arguments I hear within the United Methodist Church could easily be boiled down to, do you believe in a daddy knows best, paternalistic sort of God, or in an everyone's opinions are needed and valued here, egalitarian sort of God? They're both parenting styles, and they both largely buy into God as parent metaphors. At one point in my life, a friend who belongs to the Self-Realization Fellowship asked, at that particular moment, if I was most connected to God through the metaphor of parent, the metaphor of lover, or the metaphor of friend. This was his take on the usefulness of the Trinitarian model, and I rather like it. He put those three metaphors on equal footing, and when he entered into prayer and meditation, checked with himself to see which aspect of the divine was accessible to him at that point. The passage from the Song of Songs seems to guide us a little bit more towards the God as lover metaphor, but I decided to start with friendship because I think the point of both is intimacy. Our culture brings so much baggage to sexuality and romance that it can become hard to shake off the baggage and see what's underneath it. Also, despite the extensive tradition of sexualizing one's spirituality, which is today most visible in the Jesus is my boyfriend music, and historically most visible in mystic monasticism, I actually prefer to think of the two as more informing each other than overlapping. The best part of our intimate relationships, whether they be friendships or sexual romantic relationships, teach us useful skills that we can bring to our spirituality. The best parts of our spiritual connection with the divine help us bring our fullest self to other intimate relationships. Every experience that we have of mutuality, of connection, of love, of intimacy makes possible the next one. And as we build our capacity to trust the other with ourselves, we get better at trust. And all of these things, mutuality, connection, love, intimacy, and trust, are aspects of friendship and of sexual and or romantic relationships and of our spirituality. We are people. And as people, we yearn for connection, and we're scared of it. And that applies to people and God. The book, Song of Songs, sometimes called Song of Solomon, is a series of erotic love poems. For many people, it's a surprise to find it in the Bible. And yet many, I do mean many, of our ancestors in faith considered it the pinnacle of the Bible itself. Many interpreters try to spiritualize the erotic text, taking one of the lovers as the nation of Israel or the church, or a single person of faith, and God as the other lover. And I am less interested in those interpretations, and far more interested in the ones that think that the song is about two human lovers. Because if the Song of Songs is about two human lovers who appreciate each other's love and bodies and passion, then it is in the Bible as a reminder that the love of people can open us to the love of God, and the love of God can open us to the love of people. Also, if it is a celebration of physical love, then we are quite simply reminded of the potential goodness of physical love in our society, and that's just important. Dear ones, I think the point here is actually quite simple. Nurture healthy love wherever you find it, and celebrate healthy love at every opportunity. Make time for love. Make space for love. Make love a priority, because love nurtures love, and love is what matters. So thanks be to the God of love and relationships. Amen.